What up YouTube, this is GIOSTEALTHR1 and I want to kind of give you an update on stuff that I'm going to be doing with my RCs, updates on each and every one of my RCs and where am I at, and let's begin. So we'll start off with the crown jewel of my RC collection, which is the Rustler Mamba Monster. Now, this RC has been pretty much put in retirement a long time ago. Major reasons. I cannot acquire orange RPM parts anymore. I mean, that's a major reason. I recently just had a pink RPM part break on my other Stampede 4x4, which I was kind of annoyed that happened, but you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully I'm able to acquire that later on if that company does produce that again. So that being said, there are going to be updates and I'm going to do run videos with this summer when I do my special events. I am going to change the body. I'm not going to destroy that body for that or those wheels because I can't acquire those wheels anymore either. I'll probably just throw GRPs in that. And I'm going to install the Traxxas GPS telemetry system onto the Rustler. Now, this is not a telemetry type setup where it tries to accurately find out what you're running. This in actuality is a GPS. So take a look at that on up and coming videos. Hopefully it will be very informative to you guys. Next, we're going to come across and talk to you about another Rustler, and this is the Rustler VXL. Now, as of this point, this is a brand new Rustler VXL. I did throw on 17mm adapters with GRP wheels, threw a little bit of wire mesh in there and cleaned it up with shock socks. So this is pretty much a brand new Rustler, but here is the thing. I do have the original Rustler wheels, but I want another RC. The RC that I want is a low seat mini truggy 1/14 scale truggy mini 8. So I definitely want that. If anybody's interested in buying this from me or trading me straight up for a brand new low seat truggy, I will definitely be interested in doing that with you. Either that's going to happen or I'm just going to update this RC and this will be my 70mph Rustler. So I got to figure that out. Hopefully, if you're interested, just hit me up at GIOSTEALTHR1@yahoo.com and you know, we could do something. Next, we're going to come to you with a really fun RC I had in the winter time, which I shouldn't have been driving in the winter because this thing breaks. So this is the Traxxas Funny Car. Fun RC, a little bit tricky learning how to steer it, but once you get the know-how, it's pretty cool. I did crash with it and a lot of pieces broke in the back of the transmission, so I had to acquire a lot of parts for it. But that being said, I had fun playing with this RC. I do have a show body available for it, you know, but that will be my bash body that's on there right now. Updates I'm planning to do with this: I am going to get a wheelie bar, and the motor is rated for a 5S, but the ESC is only rated for a 3S. So that being said, I might update the ESC, you know, for a 5S run. We'll see what happens from that point on. Now, we're going to come to you with an old school favorite, and one I'm planning to have fun with at the beach. This is the Traxxas Bandit. Now, I'm not going to be utilizing the body. The body, in actuality, is worth a lot of money because it's a CJ Grooves body. So I'm going to change out the body and run it the way it is with an aftermarket body and probably retire this body because he's no longer running for Traxxas and he's pretty much a big deal in the RC community. I am going to de-anodize this and see if I can anodize this red because the blue just totally clashes with the RC. But other than that, this should be definitely fun to have with, you know, pulling off roosters at the beach. Now, we're going to come to you with the Slash 2-wheel drive. Now, this Slash 2-wheel drive, as you can see, there's a body right there. What updates am I going to do with this? Well, this is a VXL system with the soundboard on there installed. I just have to install that into the body and we're good to go. But I do have another body to put onto this, and the body I'm going to be putting on is two types of bodies. First body, that's going to be the bash body. Second body is going to be the Chevy Silverado, which I'm going to update the wheels as well, which that will definitely be cool with the RC. But this in actuality is going to be my camera team. So I ended up buying the Blockbuster Video Proline body, which I can put my GoPro right here and not worry about it getting beat up. So this would be another cool build. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do NBC News, CBS, CNN, whatever type of body I'm going to put, newscast, maybe an RC News Network or something like that, you know. We'll see. I'm going to go check that out and see what upgrades I'm going to have. But the upgrade also I'm going to get for this RC will be the brand new transmission case, which will be sooner than later. Next, we're going to come across with another favorite of mine in having fun, which would be the Slash 4x4 with the Mamba Monster engine motor in it. Now, upgrades that have been done with this RC, it's pretty much upgraded to the 9s, but the only thing that I do not have is a better servo, and yeah, and I have to change out the drive shaft. The drive shaft that I'm changing it out for will be a Techno RC drive shaft, and it is right here, ready to be installed sooner than later. And once that gets installed, I will have a brand new body for it, Proline Float Tech body, and this should be ready pretty soon. So hopefully I'll get that up and running and have a nice show body for you guys sooner than later. I have been not been doing anything with the RC game in a little while, so I'm trying to get everything back up and running. Now, to an RC that I have not used, the Traxxas Rally. So the Traxxas Rally is a pretty cool RC. Everything pretty much on this RC is brand spanking new. As you can see in there, I haven't even installed the battery expander, but I'm utilizing the Castle Creations motor and ESC that came off my Axial Yeti. So I want to see how that works. Also, I utilize the servo from the Axial Yeti, and I'm just curious on how this can be set up for a little bit more fun that I've been having. Next, we're going to come across with one of my most favorite RCs, which will be my Stampede 4x4, Stampinky. So, with this RC, one of my friends ended up crashing into it pretty hard and broke all the pink RPM parts were in the front. Now, it's very hard for me to get pink, so I ended up having to adapt the black onto it. What upgrades that have happened, I ended up throwing the Techno RC steel drive shafts right here, and also I ended up what else did I end up doing? I think that's it as at this point. But the upgrades that have to happen for this RC, I'm gonna go with a brand new servo, waterproof, most likely Savox, and also I'm gonna install a brand new motor and ESC. I'm not too sure which one I'm gonna install, but I do want it to be something that could fit really nicely without modifying the chassis. So it has to be a shorter can. That'll be soon. Okay, switching over to this pretty cool beast, the Axial Yeti. Now, a lot of upgrades have been done with this RC. I do have another body, and this will be my bash body as of right now, but there is a Sidewinder 8 in this beast. I tried it on 3-cell. For some reason, very underpowered under 3-cell. So hopefully I'll be able to fit in a 4-cell into this, and then it'll be fun. We'll see what happens, you know, when I do the install. But I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with this. I mean, the articulation is pretty cool. You know, I had fun with this, but I only had fun with it in the snow. We'll see what happens during the summer seasons when I'm able to bash it. So, coming with my next RC, which will go down the line, this is the EMaxx. Now, the only upgrade that I need for the EMaxx right now, the only major upgrade, well, other than painting the body, I have to change out these shocks. Shocks drive me insane. They are the worst. Going nuts. So hopefully I'll be able to do that with the EMaxx very soon, and then it'll be definitely upgraded to the way I want it. I mean, it's sad to say, but Traxxas should have did a little bit better on those shocks from the EMaxx. The type of money that you're paying, I think they should have updated you with better shocks like they do with the ERevo. Now, going off onto this unit. This is my Axio SCX10. Now, the first things that you're gonna wonder on this RC, damn Gio, you need to get an updated body on that unit, which is true. Also, I do have my snowplow in front of it, which I have to take off and put on my bumper and my winch. But I do have an extra body. I'm gonna customize the body. Once the body's customized, I'm gonna throw in Vanquish products, more Vanquish products in there, and I'm gonna go get my first update of a motor and ESC on this RC. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully this upgrade will be sooner than later. Like I said, I haven't really done any upgrades onto these RCs in a while. Now, we're gonna come to you with a beast of an RC, and this is the ERevo. Now, no upgrades need to be done with the ERevo, but I do want this for a little bit more for speed during this winter. So I ended up incorporating myself with a company called RC Hornet, and I've been checking out a lot of his website, and I was very curious on throwing the 1/5 scale adapters for this unit, you know, for me to throw on, you know, like the GRP tires, you know, for the 1/5 scales RCs. And I think that would be pretty awesome having that set up for my ERevo. So stay tuned for an updated video for that. I'm gonna install them and see how they work, you know. That's gonna be the latest update that I have on that. I think the last update that I've done on this would be the, I'm trying to remember what drive shaft this is, MIP. So that was going to be a definitely cool update once I throw on the new 5th scale street wheels. So here comes another beast of burden, and this is the the Traxxas Summit. Now, at one point or another, this was what they call a Rummet, which it looks like a Summit, but it has Revo parts into it and everything like that. I decided to change that. I want a Summit. I want to have the abilities of having a Summit unit and all the servos, the locking diffs, you know. So I already started with the brushed motor, and now I need to get the ESC. Hopefully I can find the ESC out there somewhere cheap for me to install this into my RC and have it set up nicely. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm being patient, you know, with this RC. So hopefully I'll have that sooner than later. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible on my part that I haven't fixed this yet. But that's what the RC game is all about. Oh. Now, moving on to the X01. Now, when you look at the X01, you're gonna say, all right, Gio, when is this going on? Well, I stopped doing updates on this RC because A, the weather's just been weird, and B, I just haven't done anything. There's a lot of updates and upgrades I have to do onto this RC. I mean, I'm talking about, I have a whole smorgasbord of stuff that I need to adapt onto the X01. So I'm hopefully we'll be able to do this as soon as possible. I know a lot of guys have been wanting to do speed runs. I already contacted 2 of my friends that have X01s. One of my friends who has an X01 is Everyday RC Chris. And another friend of mine, his name's Tony. He has an X01. He hasn't really driven it, so we're probably gonna take it to get to the speed runs on the abandoned runway. Now, this one who is in retirement is the Gravedigger. Can't get it anymore. There's nowhere to find it. People are going nuts trying to buy it. Traxxas just released their own different types of monster trucks right now, but you will not be able to get the Gravedigger edition or any of the Monster Jams as of this point. Or if you do try to buy it, you buy it on eBay for a tremendous amount of money. No updates will be done with the Gravedigger. There is no need for it. Now, I know one of my cool friends, Darky Collectic Heart, is going to be very mad when I show him this. But here you go. The Traxxas Mini ERevo. He hates the fact that I have not done, and I haven't even driven this since I turned it from a mini gravedigger, which was that, and I made it a 4x4. I did a lot of upgrades to this thing, but he hates the fact that I haven't completed this RC, or I've never driven it. So I'm hoping that's going to be the first project that I start on, just to complete this RC to see how it really runs. So hopefully that will be sooner than later. Now we come to you with the last 3 RCs that I have, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing with each and every one of them. Now we go to the Traxxas series. And what I'm planning to do with the Traxxas, and see where it's going to go from this point on. So this is going to be like a little mini basher. I'm probably just going to update the possibly just the shocks on there, but nothing really more than the shocks are going to be updated on the T-tin. Now, as for the other RCs, I am planning to throw a Cash Creation 1/18 scale system onto this one. I've seen guys throw this up to 50 miles an hour. That would be pretty awesome, seeing this little bugger going all around. Updates that I've done to the Traxxas Alias. Well, if you haven't noticed before, you're going to notice now. I ended up throwing the camera. This is a 720p camera with the wide angle lens. So this is going to be pretty interesting what's going to look like, you know, what type of video it's going to throw. I'm not predicting anything really crystal clear because I have a 4K TV, but we'll see what type of video I can create with that. So that being said, I think I've gone over all my RCs as of this point. If I missed anything, just give me a heads up later on. Rate, comment, subscribe, and tell my fellas up on YouTube. Later.